That's my favorite, right?
I hope we don't have to see too much use of the Big Lebowski this winter, but we'll see what winter brings us, I guess.
Very true, but any slight cool down right now sounds good to me.
I think you're probably right. 100 degrees right now in Tulsa. It is a hot one out there. Our second 100-degree day of the summer, which is actually below average, but when you have a wet stretch, it's just hard to make it to 100 degrees, but we did do it today. Here's a live look outside from Brookside. We're looking back to the north here over downtown, and you can see off in the distance more clouds and even a few showers and thunderstorms developing to the north of Tulsa. It has been a hot day, though. 100 as mentioned. That's been our high for the day. That's where we currently sit. Let's take a look at some of these showers and storms. We've got them kind of scattered all over the place at the moment. First, let's head here to the north, and you can see the thunderstorms here moving out of Kansas. And one thing we're watching, see this line that's dropping south right here? That's an outflow boundary pushing out of these thunderstorms here over Kansas, and that can provide some lift to the atmosphere to even develop additional storms. You can see some of those that have popped up here northeast Osage and even back here around Ponca City. As that outflow boundary comes south, that could at least have the chance to pop up a shower storm over the metro as that moves in later on this evening. So we'll be mindful of that. A couple small pinpoint showers here, maybe a few rumbles of thunder, one north of Tahlequah, back to near Okmulgee and Henrietta, back to around Okemah. Nothing too crazy with those, but some locally heavy rain, a little bit of lightning and thunder. And you can see a few scattered showers and storms here as well for those of you in the parts of LaFleur County, southern Haskell County, Latimer County, and into parts of Pittsburgh County. We're also keeping an eye on the tropics. Hurricane Aaron still spinning out here over the Atlantic Ocean. Currently a Category 2 hurricane. It has weakened some. Forecast to still track off to the north and to the west and eventually turn back to the north and to the east. And even though the core of Aaron is going to stay offshore, still some impacts here with all the waves and the high seas coming into the Carolinas. Of course, 18 years ago this morning, it was a different Aaron impacting parts of Oklahoma. Certified meteorologist Brandon Woolley, what a morning it was 18 years ago.
Check out the Viper radar loop showing the structure of the storm right over Oklahoma. You can see the eye, just amazing. Winds in the eye wall were gusting 85 to 95 miles per hour with sustained winds 55 to 60 miles per hour. Aaron re-intensified right over land, and it created historic flooding in parts of the state. In eastern Oklahoma, Okmulgee reported almost 9 inches of rain, and Okemah had nearly 8 inches. The heavy rains, tornadic activity, and severe winds caused widespread damage. If you were here 18 years ago, you certainly remember this day in Oklahoma weather history. Michael?
Yeah, I was working in southern Oklahoma and northern portions of Texas at that time, and that will go down as one of my most memorable events in my career. What a wild morning that was. A strengthening tropical system over land. Not something that happens very often, but it did happen 18 years ago right over the state. Let's take a look at what we've got here forecast-wise as we go over the next few days. There's that chance for a few showers and storms overnight tonight into tomorrow morning. I think tomorrow's chances probably a little bit higher as you go to the south, but we'll leave an isolated chance for a shower or a storm. And with the front moving through, should knock our temperatures down at least a little bit. I don't think we'll be quite as hot as what we were, but still seasonably hot. Low to mid 70s tomorrow morning. We're going to work our way into the mid 90s for highs tomorrow afternoon. Pretty close to the average for this time of year. We'll keep that chance of a couple isolated storms in the forecast. Again, a lot of us low to mid 90s for highs tomorrow. More the same as we go into Thursday. We'll notice storm chances coming back up as we finish out the weekend and go into early next week with a bigger cool down next week. We'll break down how long that may last coming up in the 10-day forecast at 6 o'clock.